What up, big fella?
What up, Dope?
Week six college football. Week six, right?
Week 6 recap.
Week six college football recap. Just to we make picks every week. What do we pick? About five, six, 7 games, maybe, just depending on the slate.
In that range.
Uh,
Usually try to stick to top 25 games and then game pick for our squads.
Gosh, man, and the pick of the week. I cannot believe I did that, but that's whatever. But I'm currently 19 and 14, which is 57%. He is 15 and 13, which is 53%. Both really good because this shit's hard, man. This shit is hard. Anyone who knows Joel Klatt, obviously a legend in the game now. He's 12 for 18, I think. So we're better than him.
It's a good start.
Maybe we
green is green.
Yeah, green is green. But I mean, both of our teams got the win. I don't think there was really no sweat for either team to lose, but technically neither of our teams covered the spread. Which, as a fan, you should never. My betting advice would be to never even bet on your favorite team, because if you bet on them to cover and they don't cover, you lose money, but they obviously still won the game. But there's two ways you can look at it. It's either a double whammy, or when they do cover the spread and they do win, it's just like,
The ultimate
man,
happiness.
that's a good day. And that happened for me a couple weeks ago. It didn't happen for me Saturday. It didn't happen for you Saturday either. You got hooked, I believe, correct?
Yeah, man, I got hooked, but I mean, unfortunately for them, the line moved like 4 points throughout the week. But also, they should have covered anyway. They had a billion opportunities to win that game by more than 21.
And would they have 4 interceptions?
4 interceptions, a fourth and goal. They got stopped on fourth and goal.
First drive of the game.
Yeah, we'll get into more, but
Yeah, we will. But yeah, I mean, they covered for me because I bumped it down to 20.5. That's where I liked it all week, and I saw it was bumped up to 21 right before the game. I don't like doing that 3 touchdown. Like, I like to be right under that 3 touchdown mark, which it ended up paying off for me. Shout out Leonard Moore for. And I was scared because we saw in the Michigan game, Wisconsin scored kicked that stupid field goal that was irrelevant. But Michigan had a million opportunities to get off the field. They had fourth down. Wisconsin's tight end caught it with one hand. They converted a third down. So I just didn't want another meaningless score to happen in the Notre Dame game like it did the Michigan game for me to lose that. But it ended up paying off because they threw a fourth interception.
yeah,
Woohoo.
yeah.
But we can start off with Notre Dame, though. Like I said, they covered for me, but I'll let you. This is your squad, so I'll let you recap what you saw, what you like, what you didn't like, what you want to see going forward, or whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, won the ball game 28-7. Covered the 19.5 that we had posted, so it'll count on a win in the Instagram slip. However, not in my balance, unfortunately. But that's all right. Little offensive player of the game. I'm handing that out to the running back room, Jadarian and Jeremiah Love. I thought they both played great. Jeremiah Love went down early, and I had a heart attack. Oh my God, I just saw the whole season go up into a ball of flames. But I don't know. I think he just banged it, knocked it off the ground wrong. I don't know. 186 yards between those two. I think they both got in the end zone. And then defensive player of the game, Leonard Moore, like you talked about. He had the 2 interceptions and then 6 tackles to go along with it. It's nice to have him back. You can definitely see a difference with him on the field as opposed to not on the field. And then I also thought, I mean, they had 4 sacks today, and we talked a few weeks back against A&M. They didn't have any sacks. Sacks create turnovers, man. Their pass rush is finally starting to pick up. It's leading to turnovers. Bad decisions from the quarterback. So I love that a lot.
Yeah, I'm glad to see we're on the same page because I have a couple things written down, and it's ironic that you gave the offensive player of the games to the running backs. I have on here they're the best running back duo in the nation. I don't think it's even close. It wasn't close before, but it's definitely not close now. And then I also have on here the defense is coming along. Like we know, they had struggles early, but they also played 2 top 5, top 6 teams. I think Miami should be number 1. They've had the most impressive wins thus far, but he only gave up 7 points to a team they still averaged 30 plus, and they scored 47 or more in their last 3 games leading up to the Notre Dame game, and obviously they only scored a touchdown. It was pretty early, right?
Yeah, it was early, and then that quarterback, he's pretty experienced. So I mean, for them to get him to throw 4 picks, that's not something to just turn your head at.
But Yeah, and I like to see the ball in Jadarian Price and Jeremiah Love's hands when I put my money on Notre Dame. I love when them guys get the ball because obviously they can break one loose at any point. You can throw it to them, you can hand it off to them, obviously, and they're going to take care of business. Hey, just like you have a good track record of betting on my team and them coming through for you, I'm starting to build a good track record with your team and them coming through for me. So, hey, man, definitely hate Notre Dame, but I'm loving them right now.
Yeah. Nah, Jadarian Price is insane, man. I know Jeremiah Love gets all the love with Heisman talk and being the best running back in the nation, but I feel like Price has one run a week where you're just like, wow, where's the defense? What kind of tackling is that? He just bounces off of guys. Really good east to west. But yeah, both of those guys are super impressive. Definitely going to be early Jeremiah Love day one and then probably Price early day two guy at the end of the year.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about. It reminds me of like Quinshon Judkins and Trayvon Henderson going like what, 3 picks away and 2 picks away, something like that. But now look at the box score here. Love gets 16 carries. Price only gets 8. Price is average. He averaged 10 yards a carry, 8 for 83. Love 16 for 103. They both scored a touchdown though. CJ Carr didn't throw for 1,000,000 yards this time around, but
he had an odd game, man.
Yeah,
15 for 23 with 189 and 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, but I walked away thinking he left so much out there to be desired. Yeah, there was the 4th and 2 throw that was just so wide open. I couldn't believe he missed it. I mean, he could have floated that thing up in the air for, forever, and he still would have been open. So there was that. He had an underthrow towards the end zone. There's just a couple things that threw me off, kind of uncharacteristic after these last few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you have that, though, especially he's a first-year guy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was in the program, but, I mean, it's all... I mean, he threw for 221, 293, 223, 354. Like, you're bound to... And he didn't have a bad game. He didn't play bad, but he is human. He is still young. So we cut him some slack there. I mean, yeah, the under definitely hit. Definitely hit. Only 35 points total in that game. What'd they say about Greathouse? Is he going to be back next week, or is it a little long-term-ish injury, or do you know?
Yeah, I think it's just a hamstring issue. But honestly, man, at this point, dude, I love watching the ball go to Faison, and they got to start throwing it to Malachi Fields more. I mean, my Lord. Number 0, he's 6'4", and even when he catches the ball, he's a problem. Guys can't take him down. It takes like 3 dudes. So when you have that running back duo, Malachi Fields and Faison, and then also a good tight end in Eli Raridan, I mean, we're really kind of grasping for straws in terms of Greathouse's targets.
Yeah, but I mean, as you know, anything can happen in any game. Like if one of those Faison or Fields just somehow went down, you don't want them to be down as well as Greathouse. Greathouse has been there. He's done that. You know what you're going to get with him. He can perform. He can put up the numbers. So it's definitely a good luxury to have.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good problem to have, and it's a problem Notre Dame hasn't had in a long time.
Yeah, like when you got guys that can just step up, and he's done it at the biggest stage. He was doing it in the college football playoff against the best of the best, and that's why I'm so surprised at the year that he's had so far. Just kind of real quiet, but I mean, I liked that guy last year. I like him now, and hey, if he's not happy with what's going on at Notre Dame, hey, we'd take him at Michigan. Well, next year if he wants to pull up to see if he has some eligibility, right? I don't know how old the guy is.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely does. Yeah, for sure. And he won't be leaving even if, he's eligible. Not after this season. But that's the thing with the transfer portal. I mean, you got 2 guys that are producing more than him in Fields, Malachi Fields and Will Pauling. Fields from Virginia and Pauling from Wisconsin. Obviously, power 4 guys. You got to produce to keep your spot on the team, man. And especially being injured, that's not helpful.
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys have so many weapons, though. Obviously, the running backs and those receivers you just listed off in the tight end.
That was one of the most stressful games I've watched, though, in a while in terms of, like, can this shit just end? The amount of penalty, I think it was, like, every other play there was a penalty. Both teams were in double digits. Both teams had over 100 yards and yardage racked up from penalties. I mean, it was just a complete ref show. Dude,
there's nothing I hate more than a flag.
Dude,
I hate a damn flag. I hate a damn flag. I hate it.
Oh, my God, it was brutal. I seriously I didn't care that I didn't cover the 21.5. I was just begging for the game to be over so I could move on with my night.
There was a lot of penalties.
Yeah, man.
Damn, Boise had 13, Notre Dame had 11.
Yeah,
That's
both
too
teams
many.
in double digits, both teams over 100 yards.
That is a hard game to watch. See a big play and you see a flag and then just the vibe is killed. Everyone's like, yeah, that's rough. That's rough, man. But obviously we'll do a preview, but
They're
NC
up to
State
16
next
in the
up.
poll now. Yeah, NC State next. They're up to 16 in the poll. We'll obviously do a preview later on, but they're coming. They're hanging around.
I mean, hey, it's Notre Dame though, and everyone already knew this. They control their own destiny. If they win every single game, yeah, they're in.
Especially with the 2 losses this week to Penn State and Texas, those were helpful for them.
Those are big for everybody, man.
Yeah.
What, Notre Dame moved up 5? My team moved up 5 spots. I mean, the AP poll is a piece of shit. Let's be real. I can't stand it.
This was the first one that they've put out that I thought was actually relatively decent. They didn't do a bad job with this one. I didn't feel as if.
I don't know how Ohio State still won over Miami. I don't.
That's just Big
You
Ten
wanna talk about
bias.
strength
Big
is-
Ten SEC bias.
I wouldn't even say Big Ten bias. It's Ohio State bias. That's all it is. I mean, we can just touch on it now. Who Ohio State's best win? Texas doesn't look very good now, at all.
No,
I didn't think it did
definitely
before,
doesn't.
and it definitely doesn't now.
But
So
they're also
that's their
taking
best
care of
win.
business, doing what they're supposed to do against bad teams. That's what they all say. But I do agree. I mean, when you're watching Miami out there win games, they already beat Florida, beat Notre Dame, now beat Florida State. I mean, it's hard to kind of. So I do agree, but like I said,
They beat USF when USF was ranked. They're still looking
decent,
competitive. Ohio State beat Grambling State, Ohio University. Ohio, just my pick of the week. I hate that I picked them because it was between them and Pitt. Pitt won like 48-3. The line was 6.5.
My Bobcats, Parker. What are we
Dude,
doing?
they were up 14-0 at halftime, and then lost 20-14.
That was a frustrating one. That's one that'll keep you out of the MAC championship, man. They got a good shot to go back to back.
That's one that'll keep them out of my bet slips for the rest of the damn season. I don't want to see none of that shit.
They've been struggling. This is like their third week in a row, kind of struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a bad read, man. I'm not perfect, son of a bitch, but.
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about that either. I'm 3-1 on pick of the week. What are you, 2-2?
2-2 now. Yep. So if you see his pick of the week, Lord have mercy to just ride the hot hand at this point. We might have to go back to just making a podcast pick of the week, see what we're both on the same page about, because that seems to do us well. And we both loved Notre Dame. That one week they won by a bazillion, but we'll figure that out.
We'll take a look at it.
Yeah, Notre Dame looking good, man. Their schedule isn't too horrible now that they've already got their tougher games out of the way. Obviously, they play USC coming up. Other than that, man, it's looking pretty
cakewalkish.
Pitt. Yeah, I mean, but every game.
No, not cakewalkish.
You got to go 1-0 every week.
I think NC State's going to give them a little comp this week, more than Boise or probably even Arkansas maybe. But those are really the only 3 teams you're going to see comp out of is NC State, USC, and Pitt, because everyone else on here is looking bad.
Yeah. And yeah, NC State, I don't know how I'm 21.5 point favorites.
Yeah, I won't be.
NC State.
I'll be staying off that. I might take them for the pod pick, but I don't think I'll be putting my hard-earned money on that come Saturday.
Yeah, that's a tough place to.
Hopefully the line goes down. If the line goes down, I might touch it. But
but they do gotta. They're playing with a crazy sense of urgency as they should. So that's why I took them this week. 20 points was nothing for them against a Boise State team who's obviously not the same as last year, but these big spreads are just tough. Yeah, because anything can happen.
That's a good pivot. That's a really good pivot. And that word you said right there, I just want to get right into it. Where is Luke Fickell's urgency? Urgency. Word of the weekend. Dude.
I mean, hey.
What was the problem there? I don't know.
You don't.
Give up.
And obviously I watched every single play of that game, every down, every second. I watched every commercial. It felt like I was just glued to my TV. But yeah, the end of that game, especially going back to what I was talking about earlier, obviously, I knew Michigan was going to win. God forbid Wisconsin's god-awful.
Yeah,
but
dude.
When I was trying to get them to cover that spread, like, when Michigan's driving, and first off, Dominic Zavada, preseason All-American, supposed to be the best kicker in the nation. I still believe in him, but he missed 2 chip shots. One was really a chip shot. It was from 29. And the other one was from like 40-ish, maybe 40 or 40-something. And he was like, I don't think he missed one past 50 last year. So we should have covered regardless. But with Fickle not calling those timeouts, like if they get Michigan in a fourth down spot, they're in field goal range. They're going to kick the field goal. I had them at 16 and a half. They would have been up 17. God forbid he makes it. But like Luke Fickle, they just put the camera on him. He's just...
Dude, we're talking over 2.5 minutes with all 3 timeouts, and you're only down 2 scores. Why are you not calling your timeouts? Like, you have to show a little bit of effort in that spot. I'm not even talking about from a gambling aspect, because I would have appreciated it. That's for damn sure. But, like, you would think your team would maybe appreciate it a little bit, or, like, the fan base trying to show some type of heart. I mean, that's not that unrealistic.
No.
2 scores, I mean, all 3 timeouts, plus the 2-minute timeout. Like, come on, man. At least, like, show some heart.
That's why when he didn't call that first timeout, when it was Michigan just ran a play and there was like 2:15, 2:20, like obviously you want to call that timeout because then after that play you have the 2-minute timeout, so you're still going to have 2, and God forbid you get a stop, then it's third down at the 2-minute warning. So you stop him again, you call a timeout, there's 1:55 left. What the hell? And like I said earlier, God forbid I want him to call the damn timeout so Michigan could just kick the field goal. But shit, you saw Michigan; they were still trying to score a touchdown.
Sharon took the line. They were
I
going.
think both coaches took the line, bro. Because Fickle's like shit.
They had the
he
long
said we're up
play
14.
Down, had the long play down to like inside the 5, and I thought they were just gonna kind of let the clock run. I see Bryce Underwood. Come on, come.
Hey man, played till the final whistle, but hey, both teams obviously because Sharon, Michigan looked like they wanted to cover, and Fickle was like, okay, we're up by 14 right now. I'm just going to let this game go. We already lost. We covered the spread. But
come on, man.
That was... even Joel Klatt was on the...
so much. That pissed me off, man. Oh, my goodness. Not just from like a football fan aspect, bro. Just laying down, giving up. Come on, bro.
But like I said, I'm not blaming that on them. Why Michigan didn't cover, obviously. Outside of the Wisconsin's first drive, which coming off a bye week, especially for Michigan at home, I would have liked a little better start up, especially on defense. But that's neither here nor there. But after that drive, they didn't score again until that field goal they kicked at the end, which was fine. But, yeah. I can't believe he didn't call a timeout. Joel Klatt was broadcasting the game. He's even like, what is going on? Like, what are we doing? It's just, I don't know. Like you said, no urgency, no sense of urgency, no give a damn. And I don't like a guy who looks like he don't give a damn that's supposed to be leading my team. So I'm glad Luke Fickle's not my head coach because I would.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was kind of on board with maybe him getting fired and coming to be a Notre Dame's defensive coordinator.
You don't want that guy now.
Yeah, no, I'm out now. I'm out. Guy's a quitter.
Yeah, but I don't know. And hey, I got to give credit to Wisconsin, though. Their run defense, they were number 1 in the country before the game. And they were number 1 in the country for a reason. Like, they are stout against the run. They got some dudes up there. They can definitely stop the run, but that just leads me into my first point with Justice Haynes still running for 100-plus and scoring 2 touchdowns. Like, man, I love that dude. Yeah. I love him.
On a 6.2 average, too. So, I mean, he carried it 19 times, but, I mean, hard to argue with the yards per carry number, man. That's never going to lie to you.
As soon as he sees a little bit of green or a little bit of light, he's gone. He's running for. I mean, you see his long run was only for 43. I think that broke his streak this year of a 50+. But hey, I'll take 6 yards a carry for 117 and 2 touchdowns against the number 1 team in the country. The offensive line. I don't know. I know they're banged up a little bit, but when you're going against that front 7 in Wisconsin, who's number 1. Yes, it's not going to be perfect, but whatever. Still got it done. Finally had a receiver go for over 100 yards. Donovan McCulley, 6 catches, 120 or 112 yards and a touchdown, and he's a freak, man. He's athletic. He played quarterback at Indiana. Some people don't realize that. Like 2 years ago, he was Indiana's starting quarterback in the Big House against Michigan. Now he's Michigan's wide receiver 1. I mean, he's huge. He's 6'5", 215. I don't think he has any drops this year. Maybe 1. Michigan leads the country in drops. That's a conversation for a different day. I'm going to get pissed off if I talk about that, so I'm not. But having him, we found our wide receiver 1. We found Bryce Underwood's go-to guy, he was the go-to guy at the beginning of the year. That's why he is wearing number 1. Man, I do love me some Bryce Underwood too. Lord have mercy. He's the number 1 player in the country for a reason, but
they worry me with him. They worry me with him, man. I hope they develop him correctly, because there's things that still need cleaned up.
Yeah, for sure. But, I mean, he is still a true freshman. So
yeah, for
I don't
sure.
think
for sure.
no matter where he would play at right now, he would still have some growing pains. And
yeah, he's 18.
Yeah, he'll be fine. But, yeah, Donovan McCauley's my offensive player of the week, and obviously I think this is no secret. My defensive player of the week is Rod Moore. Just having him back. That was his first game in the big house since he had that interception against Ohio State a couple years ago. He's just so good. He made a play. It was like Wisconsin did like some double reverse, and he recognized it from playing the deep safety spot, came up, got around the block, and made an open field tackle that if he doesn't make that tackle, I don't know what's happening. And then he also had an interception. So just having him back, a veteran guy like that, it's just huge. But yeah, man.
He's just one of those like all over the field guys when I watch him play. He's not a safety that, he's good at just sitting back in coverage, obviously, but like even, screens or running the ball, he's just all over the place, coming up on something, making something happen. He's a stud.
I mean, yeah, and just going back to, like Dean. Like, we know Dean, he's been playing safety his whole life, and one of his strongest attributes was, like, what's between his ears. Like, he's just so smart. And that's who Rod Moore is. Like, obviously he's played at Michigan forever. There's not an offensive scheme he hasn't seen. He knows the defense like the back of his hand. He was so involved last year when he was hurt, just like being a good teammate, still being a captain, still being involved, just with everything, being a vocal leader. And, I mean, that's big. It makes it easier when you come back as an athlete. And just, having him back, it just makes such a difference. It obviously provides more depth in their secondary. I just love it, man. I hope that the defense continues to get better. They were kind of, outside of that first drive, I don't have any complaints. Wisconsin couldn't do a damn thing, but I would have loved the cover, but that's why you play the game.
Can't cover every game.
You cannot. But big game next week. USC, obviously we'll talk about that in the Week 7 preview, but they're opening right now as 2.5-point underdogs, which I'll
be interested, but they're going, where is it?
It's at the Coliseum.
Yeah, that makes me a little nervous.
I know, but like I said, we'll talk about it in the preview, but going to USC isn't like going to Oklahoma or Nebraska. It's just not.
Well, I know, but it's not. I just mean the cross-country travel stuff matters, man. That shit.
Yeah. No, it does.
Catches up.
And
it just continues to show.
Yeah, they made a cross-country trip last year against Washington, and they said they left on Friday, played the Saturday night game, but now I heard today in the press conference they're leaving on Thursday, play a Saturday night game. It's 7:30 on NBC, so another national spotlight against a 4-1 USC team their offense is explosive. Yeah, and it is. So, but yeah, we'll talk about that. But other than that, I don't know. Michigan, I would like to see a couple more points on the board. Bryce threw for 270 and a touchdown. His completion percentage is dropping because Michigan leads the country in drops. I cannot stand. I know he throws at 100 mile an hour, but
he throws it. He's got that. That's my problem, or that's what I mean with like development. It's just more touch, man. More touch.
Yeah, no, 100%.
That comes with experience. His mind's racing and just wants to get the ball out.
But he's just such a gifted passer, though. I was listening to Marlon Klein's interview today, Michigan's tight end. He's like, there's no excuse. Like, the ball hits you in your hands, you catch the damn thing. He said, everyone here, our dreams are to go to the NFL. And he said, do you think Aaron Rodgers cares that he throws the ball 100 miles per hour? No. You catch the damn ball. And even the drops that happened Saturday, they weren't like the drops that happened previously where he did throw it 100 miles an hour from 7 yards away. There was a couple that they're 15, 20, 25 yards down the field, catch the damn ball. I don't know. He's good, man.
I'm on board with you for that. I'm on board with you for that, man. If it hits you in the hands, you got to catch it, especially at that level.
But yeah, man.
I had one more thing that's not great on Fickle. That's 8 straight games dropped for his top 25 opponents. That seat's got to be getting a little warm.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it's even necessarily like all his fault, but I know he kind of switched up the offensive scheme away from what Wisconsin's been doing for a while. And there's just not much improvement. There's not. I will cut up some slack though, because there was, and you can go back a couple years, every quarterback that was like supposed to be their starter has gotten hurt. Like, every single year. Like, even if it's a guy they brought in, like they brought in Billy Edwards, he was hurt before the season started the first game, got hurt the first game. This quarterback they had now, or against Michigan, he didn't look bad. He can make the throws. He was pretty solid. And it's a tough place. So like his first game of the year, I think, or maybe second. He's probably played a little bit, but going to the big house against
Michigan was sending a lot of pressure too, but that guy looked good. And Wisconsin's schedule is brutal.
Oh, it's grueling. It's grueling, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not so much maybe it's his fault. I mean, the fan base will be calling for a change at some point. That's just the universal.
They already played Maryland solid. They played Alabama. They played Maryland. Obviously, they played Michigan. They go on a 3-game stretch here. Well, really, their month of October at Michigan, against Iowa, against Ohio State, and at Oregon. Like, that is just...
They've already played Alabama, too.
They played Alabama. And then after that, they still have to play... They have to go on the road to Indiana and play Illinois. Like, it's just rough, man.
Yeah.
What are they right now? They're 2-3 right now. I don't see them...
Them in Florida definitely got hit with a tall task for their conference schedules and even out of conference.
But out of the games I just named, the other two I didn't name is Washington and at Minnesota. At the end of the year, like those are they could finish with 2 wins.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, they're not gonna win many games. They're not. No,
that's rough, man. But hey, I'm not a Wisconsin fan. I have obviously half my family's from there. My mom's from there. They take pride in their Badgers, but I'm a Browns fan, so I can say there's always next year because this year ain't it. This year is not it.
They're also stuck between being a football and basketball school, though. I don't think they can make up their mind with that either.
Yeah, that's a good point. They are always solid on basketball. I mean, hey, we beat them this year in the Big Ten Championship. I like watching Wisconsin basketball in March in the tournament. They're just a March Madness team. That's about it for our teams, but obviously some big shakeups in the top 25. I'm an AP top 25 hater, but Texas and Penn State, see you later.
Yeah.
They were both in the top 10.
Be gone.
They went from top 10 to gone.
Be gone.
Hey, man. We obviously talked about Penn State a decent amount on here leading up to that Oregon game. And I don't think neither of us are huge fans of Drew Aller, not fans of James Franklin. And for them to go to UCLA, mind you, UCLA fired their head coach. Before the other day's game, they did not have a lead in any game this year. They did not have a lead for 1 second in any of the games they played.
Week 6, by the way.
Penn State comes to town, who preseason number 2 in the country. Penn State didn't have a lead against UCLA, against a team who was never winning a second. Penn State goes there and doesn't have the lead for 1 second, and that's just flat out embarrassing, man. If I'm a Penn State fan right now, it's a wrap. James Franklin has to go. Something has to change.
I was looking into some of the details. I was looking into that buyout, and it's pricey. About 50. It's upward of about $58 million or in that range for his buyout. If they wait until after the season, it drops down a little bit. But either way, I think it's time. Pay that buyout. Because this contract runs through 2031, man. He's got to go. See ya.
There's graphics that come up all the time of his record against ranked teams, his record against Ohio State and Michigan combined. It's all horrible. It's fucking horrible. And you can't say they don't have the talent. They always have talent. You see guys like it.
You got your 2 running backs talking about we came in together, we want to run it back together and finish with the national championship. We got Drew coming back. They look like they've never played together a day in their lives, dude. Oh my goodness.
Especially coming off that Oregon loss, obviously an emotional loss. They were also down 17-3 at home in a whiteout in that game. They obviously rallied back to go to overtime, scored a touchdown in overtime, went to double overtime, and then they threw that. And obviously, we all know what happened. The interception on first down, it was just a horrible throw. And I saw people leading up to this game. Penn State was 25.5-point favorites. And I saw people saying, hey, I would take this line at 50. Because coming off that game, that emotional loss, and then playing the worst team ever. And then you go out there and lose.
Literally one of the worst teams in the country. Like seriously, one of the bottom probably 25 teams. And I also saw that UCLA's OC for that game, he never called plays. Ever. He had never called an offensive game as the play caller, and there you go. He just put it to Jim Knowles. Hung 42 on him. So,
yeah, man.
Good hire, Penn State. Goodness gracious. I was mad about Chris Ash. I'm glad that he didn't accept Notre Dame's offer because, my God.
It's flat out embarrassing. I'm still in disbelief about it.
They gave up 128 yards to Nico. 128 yards. He was the leading rusher. Both quarterbacks were the leading rushers for their team, actually. Interesting stat. However, UCLA still found out a way to run for 280 yards combined. Lee smokes.
I mean, that's just I'm not a coach, but that just has to be after a loss like that to Oregon, a game where you were favored at home in the whiteout, big woohoo, Mo Bamba this, Mo Bamba that, fuck
They didn't
all
even look
that.
bad. They didn't even look bad in that game necessarily.
No.
This was horrible.
But for them to do that, like that's supposed to be a bounce back spot. It's supposed to be where you come in on Monday or Sunday whenever you want to come back in and really lock in and take every game serious because you can't drop another one. And they have to play. They go at Iowa, then at Ohio State, and then they play Indiana. Those are 3 back-to-back-to-back games. There's a bye week in between the Iowa and Ohio State game, but man, I'm glad I'm not a Penn State fan. I don't know why I never would be, but holy smokes.
Cooked.
That's embarrassing.
Their team total already cashed the under on that for Vegas. If you took their under, good play.
Under for what?
Their season win total. I think it was like 10.5. That's already cashed. I saw somebody posted the slip already. They already paid them out.
Oh yeah, because they can only win. Yeah, if they win out. Wow. Hey, I'm really speechless about it. But, I mean, we can stop talking about them because they're now irrelevant for the rest of the year, in my opinion. But Texas, too.
I was going to say, you want to go to our sharp pick of the week? DJ Lagway.
We had that. We were both. That's why I'm saying, man, that really could have been 2 weeks in a row of us really being on the same page without even talking about it yet. We both like DJ Lagway. I put on my paper cover, and then I put right next to it a dub question mark, like, I just had one of them weird feelings, and I didn't think highly of Texas, and I know Florida, obviously they were 1-3 leading up to that game, but yeah, they're no push, like they have talent, and they were winning from the jump. Like they started off hot, and they didn't
they just jumped on them.
Take their foot off the pedal. But
they jumped on them, and I mean, oh my goodness.
I heard Johnny Manziel on a podcast, I think with Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco talking about, like, you look at Arch Manning's high school highlights, and I remember seeing this, like when you see the guys that are chasing after him and the guys that he's playing against, they don't pass the eye test. They look like, I think Johnny Manziel said, it looked like his grandma could be out there in a wheelchair moving faster than them. And another thing, Quinn Ewers was a 7th-round pick, and Arch couldn't beat him out for the starting job, and then we expect him just to come in here and be the Heisman favorite at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I will say I'm guilty of that. I was all aboard the Arch train coming into the year. I mean, I think we all probably kind of were in some sort.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Manning. Everybody kind of was excited for it. But, yeah, man. Oh, my goodness. What point does he get benched? I mean, I know they're not going to do that, but my goodness.
That's not going to happen.
However, I think his grandpa might have been onto something. His grandpa might have known something we didn't. Because at the beginning of the year, everybody was saying, him leaving after this season and going to the draft. His grandpa said he ain't staying. He ain't going nowhere. So I wonder if he got a good look at camp and maybe knew something we didn't.
No, he's definitely not going to the NFL now.
No, I don't think he was going before. He's not ready, man. Not ready.
He's not. But we can stop talking about the shitbags because they're back to where they belong, unranked. Well, not back. They should have been. I don't know how they were still top 10 teams after last week or before last week. But I don't know. I have a lot of issues with the AP poll sometimes, but I don't care. But another issue I don't know why Miami isn't number 1. In my opinion, I know I mentioned this earlier, but dude, they have the most impressive resume. They're winning the way they're supposed to win. I know Ohio State's whatever, but if we're basically just going off of what we've seen so far, strength of schedule, Miami's getting it done. They're the best team in the country, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think their game was that was a lot less close of a game than what the score will tell you. That 20-22.
No, for sure.
It
was like what? Wasn't 28-3 or 21-3 at one point? Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of the Notre Dame Indiana playoff game last year, where it was a blowout and over in the third quarter, and then they just are sitting in prevent. But I don't know, man. Miami is good. Miami's good, and I know I just keep blowing the Malachi Tony horn, but this dude, man, he is unbelievable.
Yeah, he scored twice, I think?
He scored twice, went over 100 yards again. I mean, dude, it's every week. True freshman.
He just gets it done.
Yeah,
he just gets
stud.
it done. Another issue I have with the AP poll, like your pick of the week, Texas Tech, I think they've won every single game by 24 or more points, and they're ranked under Alabama. Every team in the top 7 is 5-0. Number 8's Alabama 4-1, and then Texas Tech is below them at 5-0. What? How are they not above Alabama?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I
don't know.
The AP values Bama's win against Georgia and Vandy probably a lot.
I get that, but I don't know. We got our team sitting down there.
Yeah, no, back-to-back. I like that. It's funny.
It's been that way for a minute.
I don't know, though, man. I mean, you look at Texas Tech, yeah, they played Utah, but outside of that, they haven't played anybody. They've literally played Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Kent, Oregon State. Those are sorry. Those are horrible.
Yeah, but I mean, you also like to say they're getting it done how they should. They're leaving no doubt. Like I said, every game by 24 or more. When they went to Utah, you picked Utah. You said Utah's good. They're a wagon at home. Texas Tech blew them out.
They take Utah, but I learned my lesson, and I'm glad I watched that game kind of closely and got a good feel of what Texas Tech actually is. And I hate Connor Wegman, man. Hate Connor Wegman, so when I saw that spread against Houston, I love it.
Yeah. I thought pretty highly of Houston. That's why I was kind of scared of them being at home. But
he is very underwhelming.
But yeah, that should be it, though, man. Both our teams won. Neither of our teams covered. Big weeks coming up, though. Obviously, Michigan has a really big game. We'll talk about that later on this week. Notre Dame has another one they need to handle it the way they should handle it. 3 touchdown favorites. But, yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday, I think. Wednesday or Thursday for the college football Week 7 preview. Picks will be out. I'm 19-14. He's 15-13. So we're both in the green every single week. Kind of crazy to think about because this shit's hard.
Yeah, I think last week I wasn't in the green. I was 3 of
4.
Yeah, 3 and 4. But overall in the green. And then pick of the weeks, you're still 500 with that. I'm at 3 and 1. So
yeah,
a lot of good spots on there. A lot of good spots on there.
A lot of money to be made if you want to do that.
You got anything around the Shield that you're particularly interested in discussing?
I mean, your team was off. The Browns did what the Browns do.
My God, they suck, man.
The Eagles finally lost.
Did you get to watch any of Dylan Gabriel?
Yeah, I watched basically the whole game. I mean, yeah, first game out there, really don't know what to expect, and kind of I don't know, anyone's first game. It was kind of on the road, too. It was overseas, which
that's maybe
a weird
is
spot
to put a rookie in. Very weird spot.
Like it was weird. But I don't know. I saw a stat. I don't think his box score numbers look horrible, but I think he was like 2 for like 9 or something on passes 25 yards or more, something like that.
He had a touch problem, too. Everything was thrown very high velocity and just out of control. But I think Stefanski coached them out of that game, man. There's no way they should have had that much time left for the Vikings on that last drive. He coached them right out of that game.
But, I mean, it's the Browns, man. Gabriel did make a couple nice throws that I remember watching. I was like, man, it's a great throw.
The touchdown
put it in the right spot. Beautiful. Yeah. But Browns have the number 1 defense in the league, and Minnesota, when they needed it most, went right down the field to win the game. So that's just the Browns doing what the Browns do, Nothing new there. Steelers were off. Eagles finally got beat. I called that one. I like Denver. I like Cortland Sutton, man. I really do.
I called the Pats, too, last night. Patriots walk into Buffalo, get the W there in an AFC matchup or AFC East matchup. I loved it all week. Too scared to take it, and I'm kicking myself for it.
Yeah, I'm actually an idiot because the parlays I hit. I was up big yesterday.
Yeah,
and I wanted
to
a whole and then some. But I wanted to. I mean, obviously I hit those 2 parlays, so I wanted to ride another parlay, and I needed 2. I took James Cook for 2 catches. He didn't have 1, and then I had him for 50+ yards, and he had 49. But everything else hit. So if he would have had 2 catches but finished with 49 yards and I got hooked on 1 yard, I would have been pretty upset. But I just wanted to take their line. I loved him. You loved him. So I wish I would have did that. But
he cooked a lot of people yesterday, man. I know my roommate had him in a slip, and he cooked him.
But yeah, I mean, I might start posting these NFL parlays I take. Me and my buddy here, we collab on some. We talk about them. And, hey, like yesterday one I put 15 on, hit 140, and then the other one was 15 for a little over 200. Like that's $30 down on the table and came out with like 340.
Yeah. I want to know what's going on with your boys out there in L.A. Jim Harbaugh, man. Are they falling apart?
I know. I was watching that yesterday.
Goodness gracious, man.
And I said it on the podcast last week. Like, I hope they don't just like start shitting the bed right now and just going downhill. But that's looking like what's happening. I don't know why, man. I know Amarian Hampton, and he's on the IR now for 4 weeks.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, he did
so they're out Najee and Hampton. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, but I don't know if this guy, my favorite This might be a hot take. One of my favorite Michigan players ever of all time, Hassan Haskins, is on the team. I'd like to see him get a couple carries or something.
I mean, I'm sure he will now. Oh, my. It's a bad situation. You're feeling real good walking into the season with, a stud rookie and then good vet. And then all of a sudden you have neither of them. That's tough.
Yeah, their leading rusher yesterday was Justin Herbert, 4 for 60 yards. That's never good. Hassan Haskins did have five carries for 13 yards. Obviously, he'll be more involved. But yeah, I don't know. Chargers they're at Miami this week. Dolphins are pretty bad.
Yeah, that'll be a bounce back game. Good bounce back spot for them.
Let's hope.
Colts are just a wagon. Daniel Jones is playing Pro Bowl football.
I love me some Jonathan Taylor, man. I love it.
I'm so glad I got him in fantasy and people just forgot about him. People just were tossing him out to the Wolves like he just wasn't great. Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan, Ashton Genty. Nah,
I would never, man. That year I won that league, I drafted him when he was going to be out for a couple weeks. I just love that dude. I loved him at Wisconsin. It's my dude, man. Baltimore looked horrible. Baltimore got the doors blown off him.
Dude.
We both took him to cover, I think.
Holy
smokes.
Smokes.
They got beat by 1 million.
They're just in bad shape. My dad loves it, though. It's so funny. I went over for family dinner on Sunday, and I asked which games he watched because obviously the Steelers were off. Browns played early, so he was like, I watched the Ravens get the shit beat out of them, and it was great. I loved it.
Yeah. I think every AFC North fan likes it when the other three teams get embarrassed.
I don't, man.
Cam Ward got his first win.
Yeah, that's good. I'm Cam Ward fan club member.
Crazy game, though, man, how it happened. Cardinals running back dropping the ball after that long touchdown right before the goal line. I don't know if you saw it. Ran for like a 60-yard touchdown right before he was about to cross the goal line, just dropped the ball.
Yeah. There was another crazy play in that, too, wasn't there? Was like a
fumble.
He threw a pick, he threw an interception, and then the DB fumbled it, and then it got kicked all the way into the end zone, and the Titans recovered it for a touchdown. So from a turnover to a touchdown, all in the same play. Just circus.
Yeah, but that last drive when Cam Ward had to get down there and get into at least field goal range, well, they ended up kicking the field goal for the win, but he had a couple great throws. He was fired up. So happy for him, man. I like Cam Ward.
Yeah, so do I. It's about time they win a damn game because they should have already had one maybe by now.
But yeah, we'll start posting some NFL picks, especially after the weekend I had. I saw the board pretty well at the NFL. Came up a lot of money, and usually it comes from college. But the NFL picked me up, so shout out to the Shield for that. And we'll be back at it again next week. We'll be back at it again tonight. I'm going to put together a parlay tonight. Maybe if you want to see what I'm placing, maybe you can tail a little bit if you like what you see. But
yeah, we got Chiefs Jags tonight for Monday Night Football.
Yeah, good game.
Damn, I love the underdogs this year. I really like the Jags in this spot. I think they're underrated. And
3.5-point underdogs, man. I think.
Did I see Xavier Worthy's out too again?
No, he's playing.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's still banged up, but he should be out there. In Jacksonville as well.
Yeah,
but that should be it, man. That should be it. Previews coming up later this week.
Yeah, that'll be out Wednesday night or Thursday, hopefully.
Yep. But hey, man, go Blue, go Irish. Penn State, Texas. See you later. And we'll be back for a preview on Wednesday with the picks. Picks will be on the socials. We'll talk about each game that we're going to cover on the preview. So, yeah, we'll look out for that.
Yes, sir. Everybody have a great week, and we'll see you at the end of it.
Yep. All right, brother. I'll see you later, man.
Yes, sir.